gosh, you're so spicy. Gemini, this is your April read. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. General for the month of April. I hope everyone is doing well as can be in these trying times. All right, remember that we pick up on energy, which is interchangeable, but I'm going to read it as Gemini because this is a Gemini reading. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for April. Let me get a couple more decks shuffled here, y'all. And we're going to jump right into it. We're going to go into the past first. What's been going on in the past situation? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, or anyone that may be dealing with a Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. All right, let's go. Two of Swords. Yeah, there's a bit of confusion. Who's not confused right now, right? It's a little confusing. Trying to make a decision about where to go, which way to turn, what's next, right? The fated events that have happened, why have they happened? Where is this leading? Which way do I go? Who do I cut out? Do I have to cut out anyone? I feel like you've been sitting in this energy for a while, Gemini. It feels deep. And you notice in that Two of Swords, the twins. We start off with the twins. There's a lot of newness, though. She's got freshly bloomed flowers. There's a bunny down there, which is fertility. There's a rooster. Yeah. So, along with that Wheel of Fortune, there's a lot of new things that have kicked off in the past for you that I don't know that you knew how to process at the time, or maybe knew the purpose of it. You know, you may be still trying to figure those things out, is what it looks like here. Yeah, that can cause some anxiety. I can see that. I can see why that would cause worry. Because like I said, I feel like you've been sitting there for a while. Yeah, no, I mean, you are ready to go. You're anxious. You're very anxious with that Eight of Wands and that Nine of Swords. I feel like you've been receiving the messages. You're ready to move. You're ready to act. You've been ready to act. And I think that's why you've been so anxious in the past. I keep getting spouts of calmness in this as well. I think you've been feeling anxious for a while, Gemini. And mainly because you don't understand where this is going. Things they were happening really fast. Now all of a sudden everything is at a dead stop is what I feel like. The Four of Pentacles coming in with greed. Okay. I feel like you can't let something go with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. It's hard for you to let go of that sense of stability. It has been in the past. It's almost like you were confused on which way to go. You might have had a direction. Things were coming in super fast. You might have even made a decision. Then you got really anxious and then everything stopped and it's like stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. I also feel like you're kind of arguing with yourself on, do I go, do I stay, do I go left, do I go right? Also in the past, I see here that you've been someone's stability. You've been someone's rock. You've been someone's, if not even maybe several people's, secure space. Safe haven, I'm hearing. Also midhaven, so for some of you, this is Gemini midhaven. Okay, Three of Wands. Current energy is patience, just like I said. You need to have patience. because you still have some things to wrap up, okay? You're also putting a lot of responsibility on yourself due to being people's rock, due to being people's stability, due to possibly providing for people, at least feeling like you have to, possibly even being the main provider there, knowing how to make things stretch. You may be wrapping up some loose ends as to what used to be your stability, because the Queen of Pentacles is a lot to do with the home as I see it. So there could be some things that you're needing to wrap up at home that you've been trying to wrap up, and now you're just in a state of patience, as we all are across the world. No matter where you are, I'm sure you're experiencing some sort of quarantine, lockdown, self, whatever they're calling it, where you're at. I do, however, see that this stillness and this patience is giving you needed time to sort of clear up some of that confusion and maybe decide where you're going to go next in this Wheel of Fortune, and even possibly drop some of those burdens. I do not feel like all of those wands are yours to be had. I'm not taking those. I don't even know what they were. They came out upside down. They didn't feel right to take. Nine of Pentacles. Rewards and transformation through. You're getting anxiety over anxiety. Like I said, I feel like this is a real stop and pull, and I feel like this is, you've been in this energy for a while. So it's past energy, but it's present energy as well. It's carried on over into the present. But I do feel like that 9 and that 9, like you're in the last stages of something. I think you understand you're in the last chapter, and you are just getting so anxious to move. It's like, okay, I am ready. World, stop. As soon as you sort of made that decision, even to move fast, it's almost like I'm feeling like in the past it's been, no, I'm not going to do it. 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 I need to be here. I need to stay here. I got to do this. I got to do that. And then when you were like, fuck it, I'm going. Wherever it is, I'm going. Whatever that means for you. Not necessarily, physical. It could definitely be metaphorical, but it was a decision to move forward, and then world stop. And I do feel like this is causing you a bit of anxiety. It's like, I'm nutting up in here. But you will be rewarded. You're absolutely going to be rewarded. And also, pay attention to the dreams that you're having and the meditative states that you're in. So many 9s coming out for you, okay? The 9 of Wands coming out for you here with stamina, okay? So I do feel like this is, with the Page of Pentacles, this is giving you an excellent opportunity to sit in that anxious state and maybe get it anchored down into something more solid, and focus on where you have fallen in the past, where you are strong, where you are wounded. This is giving you an opportunity, as I stated, to drop some of those wands, because I don't believe that they're all yours, okay? I believe that many of those wands are not anymore. I'm hearing specifically anymore. So they very well could have been yours at one time, and they're not anymore. However, I do feel like you're trying to carry wands that were never yours to bear, to begin with, okay? And this is giving you an opportunity to really focus on how far you can go, how long. I'm hearing how long you can last, okay? The paranormal with the Ace of Cups, all right? So in the future, we have a strong paranormal, and even I don't want to say psychic, but I feel like many of you may be using that term, psychic and a spiritual curiosity, okay, which is igniting something in you. I feel like you're suddenly very, very fond of this newfound spirituality, possibly even connection. Yeah, you're super, super curious about what's coming in with that 6 of Pentacles there, and the 2 of Wands here. I think some of you may really have someone in mind here in the future, okay? Here in the future, you're getting, see, and here's the thing about your current situation, You've got nothing but time to think, right? You've got nothing but time to dream, okay? You are, many of you are actually experiencing paranormal things at night, which is going to amp up your curiosity. And I think that you want someone to experience that with, share that with. I'm hearing even bounce off of. I'm actually seeing someone playing dodgeball. So you may go through in the near future many potential partners, okay? But I see, Gemini, that you kind of really only want one. You're really after not the one, just a one for the time being, even, and not even necessarily romantic, okay? Even could be a like-minded group of some sort. But I do feel, and sort of see here that moving into the future, you really want someone to reciprocate that sort of paranormal curiosity that you have there. Also, some of you are suddenly, even I'm hearing suddenly seeking in the near future a higher power. Some of you are very new, very, very new. This may even be, you know, a part of the first run of your tarot videos, right? You're just tipping your toe into that realm, right? And so now I see that you have a decision. I mean, the blue pill or the red pill, right? Wow. The Eight of Cups. Yeah, with the Knight of Swords. I do feel like you're walking away from somewhere that you've been for a long time, whether this is a belief system, a relationship, a family, a job, a home. Okay, remember you started out with the Wheel of Fortune in the past, so it's been time to move. And it's, like I said, when you finally got the ramp up and the amp up to move, world stop. So yeah, I definitely feel like you will be, when you do move, when everything lets up, you're definitely rushing forward. It's this new inner, it's an inner happy. It's not necessarily content. It's just like, it's a new excitement. It's exciting. And maybe it's exciting because it's new. But that Eight of Cups, it's like you're going on that in the future. You are going on that quest fast, and you want to talk about it. You want to share. When you come out of this space, I feel like you have so much to share. You want to communicate what you've experienced in these places, these revelations even that you've had in this current time. Okay, now remember, tarot is good at the time that we read it because we're looking at the current energy. So if you see something that you don't like, that's why we read tarot, so that you can change the path. But given this path, these are some of the possible outcomes here. But I do see you wanting to rush forward and back and up and down, and there's a giddiness. That's the word I'm looking for. There's a giddiness of what you've experienced and how you may get to share that with others. I think you're really, really excited to share these experiences. Yeah, there's going to be a whole just renewal here. And it's, oh yeah, the way that you think, the things that you do, even the independence that you have. Even, look, here's the thing, even if you work for someone else, even if you don't own your own company, even if you're not retired, even if you are in a committed relationship, it doesn't really matter, because this type of renewal and independence is totally about you. It's all from the inside. You know what I mean? Yeah, friction with the Five of Swords there, okay? So the advice here is to really not resist so much what you see, because I feel like that may be part of the anxiety too. You may be experiencing quite a bit of amped up energy that you don't understand, both in the physical and in the ethereal. And I think you stressing out about it, honestly, is doing more harm than good. It's like the moment you can let it go and just allow those things to surface, it's going to be really, really good for you. Allow your brain to go back and forth with itself, Gemini. Allow yourself to argue about it, right? Allow yourself to explore the taboo nature as you see it or as someone may have told you. Allow yourself to really feel that, explore that. Allow it to create friction. Allow it to create friction. Allow it to create heat. Get it moving, okay? You're going to move through this, all right? And it's going to be absolutely beautiful because your advice, one of your advice here is the fragments, okay? That's what's happening. That's why you need to work through it. Yeah, with the Daughter of Swords, work it out. Work it out. You need to allow yourself to communicate with yourself and even allow yourself to communicate with others as freely as possible. Don't worry about people judging you. You know what? If they're going to be in your space to judge you, bye-bye. And Gemini, you know, you're one of the less judgy signs on the outside, but you do judge people even though you say, like, you're not going to act on it. You're not going to make them feel like shit, but you, like, silently judge. And I think that may be, there's something coming up here that you may have silently judged someone for in the past, right? So that's to say, like, if someone presented you with a situation or a feeling or a philosophy or a way of life or whatever this is, right? An idea, you may have been like, you know, in your head. Now, of course, you're not going to be like, you know, each their own. This is how you're going to act on the outside. But on the inside, I feel like there was a time where you were sort of conflicted about it. You didn't know how to feel about it. You didn't necessarily agree with it. And it kind of possibly even triggered you on, I'm hearing, many levels. And now you're finding that you kind of like that, right? You kind of got some kinks and some quirks of your own that may be, I'm hearing, woven into those very things that you kind of judged other people about. And I think this is what is one of the things that has you a little bit anxious and anxiety. Be fucking relaxed on yourself. You know what? No one really knows what's going on in your mind, so feel free to play with that, especially here in the quarantine where we have really nothing else to do. Play with the idea of different scenarios and imagination and ports and portals, even safely. Always practice safe travel, even in other dimensions, safe sex, all of this, you know, safety first, use protection no matter what you're doing, okay? But I don't think there's anything wrong with you going to and from like this. I do feel like you are harder on yourself from preconceived notions and ideas and even standards, I'm hearing, that you have held other people to. But nobody knows, Gemini. Nobody knows you're feeling this. Nobody knows you're thinking this. Nobody even knew that you thought it in the first place. Nobody knew that you were judging them, right, internally. So they didn't even know you had a problem with it. So the fact that you feel it, like, you're the only one that knows any of that, right? So fucking let it go, man. Let it go. Be free. Allow this to make you whole. Take all those fragmented pieces that you couldn't pick up or pick out or put together before and let them meld together in the fire of the friction that is being created within you, because it's absolutely beautiful and it's going to give you an entire sense of renewal. And Gemini, what an amazing reading. If you have been stuck, this is a perfect opportunity while you have to be stuck to get unstuck, if that makes any sense at all. I love you so much, Gemini. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time.